feel like we should have switched sides or something.
We're recording, but we haven't done our entry.
Yeah,
We
we
can do
don't
whatever we
do
want.
it.
But all right, as I'm hiding from you.
Should get masks. I may leave this part in. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's Overwatch Core briefing. My name is MTarget, joined as always by the lovely Redmage, and as you can see, we can touch. Because I'm in the office, I'm in the studio.
Woo!
We're no longer recording, and we're actually, well, technically the studio's behind you.
Yeah.
But it's not enough space. We need to rearrange things. He had set it up for himself and said, "You got not comfortable."
Because I'm selfish.
No, I'm here. Well, let's be honest. You're the only one here. It
I
makes
was the only
sense
one here for
to set up
4 or
for
5
one
months.
computer,
It's
and
true.
then we don't have the. We're working on it.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
That
Next
being said,
week.
I did give him a little Harry Potter computer and a little Harry Potter corner
This
over
is
there
true.
while we waited for the owl to come.
I'm probably going to set that up while he's doing post. Anyways, so we're in the studio. We're now going to be We're going to be able to prep more content, get some more work out to you all. Hopefully, get the website up finally. Although that's actually been done. It's just the actual domain name needs to be turned on or something. I don't know. I don't do that.
We'll get it up. I promise. I promise.
It will be.
It's gonna look sweet because after this point, I gotta make it look really extra super sweet to do it. But pretty
Overwatch.
soon, Overwatch. So
back to the important stuff.
Yeah, May 24th.
We talked about it. Well, I would say we talked about it last week, but due to my move, we didn't get it uploaded until Saturday, and then somebody forgot to turn it off from unlisted. That might be this guy. Though again, it's my fault that I didn't get it uploaded on time. I'm gonna blame my computer for that one.
On the Wednesday that we're recording this,
yes,
is the Wednesday that we'll launch last week's,
and we'll launch this one not long after that. So they'll both
on
be
Friday.
up,
So they'll be up this week. So you can kind of double that's your action this week.
So, but anyways, back to the important things. Overwatch. We're going to be doing some analysis of the teams that have sort of established themselves. In Europe, it's fairly obvious that IDDQD is one of the stronger teams out there.
Mm-hmm.
In North America, everybody loves Envious, but at the same time, how good are they really? And I'm not saying that to question them, but it's a question that needs to be asked. Of every team. Okay, well, we talk wonderful things about them, but let's look at the results. Let's look at how well they do. In tournament, etc. And we're gonna break that down. We'll look at that next week. Mm-hmm. Google. Speaking of next week, not next week, but last week. It happened after we recorded, and so. But anyways, Google Me got picked up by Cloud9.
Yep,
so we're seeing some bigger organizations get in now. But again, what we've been saying all beta, as he, myself, Seagull, Tvik, lots of guys, lots of the older names who have been maybe not old names in Overwatch, but old names in other games as well, have said, "Dude, slow down. Do not say that we are amazing because we are only amazing within our bubble. Remember." We will see an insurgence of people on the open beta week, and I would not be surprised at all to see some sort of open beta tournament. We might even host one as a shenanigans tournament, a sort of pick up teams only. I mean, quite frankly, we might even do that. We might do pick up. We might talk to our friends over at Tier Monster and say, "Hey, can we borrow your code format?" They work over on Smite stuff, and they pretty much do a shuffle program that lets you drop everybody in one at a time. And that way you can sort of force randomness, and in terms of teams being built and not everyone stacked or anything like that. Which is cool. And what we'll do then is we'll host a tournament for fun, and we'll be able to cast anybody that's interested in competitive Overwatch, especially
even if you're not interested in it, we're still gonna cast.
I mean, we're still gonna cast it, but if you want to play it, that's the point.
That's right.
But you can beat in. Yeah, sure, you've only had a week to play in it, but that's the point. Is let's see where Overwatch is with all of this fresh, raw talent, and then come late May, we're gonna hit June. I predict that by July we'll start getting a feel for new blood that's come into the game. So by September, I predict that
we should have some
old
pretty solid
teams may still be together, but they will have been challenged. And they will have had to have used the time that they had as an advantage and or had to have adapted and dropped at least 1 or 2 players per team. And that's of the teams that exist at the end. When closed beta shuts down, we'll do a recap of where teams stood at the end of closed beta, because there are teams that have already broken up several times or gotten back together. Not Enigma, Classic Mix-Up, I don't know where they stand now, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see, interesting to study, and go from there. And again, I know it's very esports heavy. There's not a lot about Overwatch itself. The core of it is, yes, I punned, is that they're still working on fleshing out exactly how they want the characters to balance. They're finally into true beta. Before it was old school beta or alpha testing. Okay, we're gonna work on matchmaking. We're gonna work on server and things. All this back end stuff.
Macro stuff.
Yeah, macro level. And
now it's all micro level.
Yeah, and the micro level balancing is some macro level balancing, quite frankly, which is again what you want in a beta. Is okay. We're gonna plummet these health bars, and we're gonna do this and that, and tweak it, and we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Micro, balance fishes.
And it'll be interesting to see where it ends up come open beta week, because that's going to be fairly close to live at that point.
Yeah.
And once we get closer, again, maybe beta week, we'll talk about where the game stands. But for now, unless you're in the beta, it doesn't matter to 99% of us what the state of the game is. And if it does matter, you really should be watching gameplay and reading the numbers specifically, not taking our word for it.
Right.
Because we're not in it. We're not playing it, especially we're not as much as some guys
we're
who are playing
drooling
12
over
hours a day.
But,
and even if we were playing it, we wouldn't have the time to put in and to give you a good opinion. Which is unfortunate. I wish that I had 14 me's.
And moving me in university, it's rough sometimes. But it is one of those things too. Is that right now we're seeing a small group of PC players.
Yes. The
PC
console players haven't even touched it.
The console players haven't even touched it. And let's not forget that first person shooters is basically where consoles thrive.
In terms of online communities,
it's because you have your Call of Duties, your
Call of Duty, Halo,
like
Gears, etc. Which is funny because people that's where the most heated argument comes is well, are you a console shooter player or a PC shooter player? And in terms of plug and play, you just pick it up and go. Console lives. That's the point of console. But in terms of competitiveness, I foresee a continuation of PC dominance in terms of a competitive scene. Overwatch has, it's been out on PC, it's already established itself there, and quite frankly, I am in the camp that a competitive shooter should be on PC because it has a higher skill ceiling. And I'm not saying that from the standpoint of that a console is not difficult to use and that you cannot be very, very, good at it, but there is always going to be at least a little bit of aim compensation or aim assist in two joysticks. You see it in Call of Duty World League. You see it in Pro Halo. You see it in everything else.
Yeah.
It's not a dig at the players. It's a dig at the limitations of the device that you are using.
Yep.
And there is nothing wrong with playing ranked Overwatch on PlayStation or on Xbox or on PC. Yeah. But in terms of competitiveness,
I use a controller on the PC.
Yeah, anyway, I do sometimes too.
Because it's just like I think the last competitive shooter thing that I really did long ago was Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. And even then, Doom and stuff because it was not Doom, Quake.
Yeah.
Sorry, Quake. And that's just one of those things is that more shooters have been developed for the console.
In recent years.
Yeah, in recent
sort
years.
of.
Because you have, you do have your CSGO and you have your stuff
Counter-Strike,
like
you've got Dirty Bomb. There's been TF2's been continuing to be developed.
Yeah.
There's enough shooters on PC that it's still good.
It's still fun.
But console, we'll definitely see it thrive. We'll see it do quite well there. And we'll talk about state of the game on the console. But that will be a slightly more casual discussion about how it feels. Primarily because we're
because you have
on
a PC, you have a PC first-person shooter player here, competitive,
former,
and then me the more casual shooter player, so it's going to be good to get it's going to be good to take a look at it from that kind of standpoint. It's because I prefer to play my shooters on consoles. He prefers to play them on PC.
Depending on what I'm doing.
Well,
but if you give me a couch and an Xbox One and Black Ops 3, we're good.
We're good.
Sorry, PS4 because I think they're sponsoring the world. Gotta have that right. But no, in all seriousness. Yeah. It's two different things. That's totally fine. And if you want to take it competitively and the competitive scene grows for it, great. We'll cover it. Just know that right now we are planning on doing our coverage of competitive Overwatch and our casting of competitive Overwatch in PC tournaments. We have PCs that are built for competitive gaming. We have PCs that are built for capturing on PCs. Yes, we can capture off consoles, but again, where it stands right now is the community is looking like it wants to be a competitive PC game, and that's where I'd like to be as well. Yeah. So that's where we'll be. Mm-hmm. We will certainly join you if the console revolution is here, but know that they can both coexist. Yep. And so if you go to the Reddit and you start once the console stuff comes out, don't flame people over whether they use a joystick or a controller or a flight pad or a whole mech suit thing that he's going to be. Whatever.
Dude, I would love to play Overwatch with the Steel Battalion controller. Are you kidding me?
You want.
Oh my god,
don't BM people, don't be a jerk, and don't be a troll.
I play Bastion. That'd be great. But I mean,
that's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to. Because
be as competitive as you'd like.
Yeah, be as competitive as you like on the device that you like. If you play it casually, you can play it whatever you want, kind of a thing. Or if you
play it on my phone. Oh wait,
that would be awesome if you play it on your phone. Overwatch.
You'd never do anything.
I would never get anything done.
Yeah.
Ever. It's gonna be bad enough when we get Overwatch in here on the consoles and the PCs and everything.
We're gonna have 4 copies of Overwatch running at once. You're playing 2 of them.
And as I'm just running back and forth between all of them Tracer.
It's okay, he'll be dead in all of them all the time.
Yeah, I'll be dead in all of them. Because let's face it, I talk a real big game.
Anyway.
So, but it's gonna be really interesting to see how it does shake up. Like when with the
balancing
PCs,
cross-platform,
balancing cross-platform. I mean, the big thing now is like with you have the PC gamers playing right now, and everyone's getting really excited. And it's really good for it, and you have these chained up dogs just ready to go. In the console
gets to play the open beta
because
too.
because that's all they're waiting for. They're waiting for that open beta to kick open, and then it's go time. Because if you think about it, the consoles, even though they're built, they have to build the game specifically for the consoles, where they're so they're a little bit more restrictive. But that also gives them an opportunity to kind of make the game one style, where when you play it on PC, you got minimum requirements. There's a lot of different things that you can do. There's like max range and ultra and all this other stuff. You basically get one speed on this, so you don't have to worry about any of that jazz. You just get in and play and go. And that's one thing that a lot of these console gamers are looking for is, let's face it, Call of Duty it's Call of Duty. Like if you haven't been playing the last 17, 20 of them,
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter how good you are. Overwatch is brand new.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to see a lot of these players that are really good at something like Call of Duty or Rainbow Six and stuff like that really come out and be like, I'm going to be really good at Overwatch. And I think this could help drive other console games into the spotlight. I mean, we've had Halo, we've had Call of Duty for so long. I think people are getting a little tired of it because it's kind of the same thing. Overwatch, it's bright, it's pretty, it's got a lot of really great action. I think once we get into that, I think it's going to be fantastic. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. But like Target said, if it's something that we can get into and stream the matches and stuff like that, absolutely. I mean, we'll be in here 24/7, broadcasting stuff like that if you guys want it. So definitely comment below if you're interested in us doing console tournaments during the open beta kind of stuff, because we're already going to do it for PC. We already know that. We've got a plan for it and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. But console wise, we do want to do it, but at the same time, if 6 people are going to show up,
it doesn't make sense. Unfortunately.
As much as we'd love to take on, he and I could probably take on 12 or 14 or 17.
You are overestimating my carry ability.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because I'm just going to let him carry the whole time. It's just going to be, he's just going to be Reinhardt and just there.
4 computers at once.
There's 4 computers at once. It could be Reinhardt, Torbjorn, Genji, and Junkrat all at the same time. While I run around like a jerk as Diva or Tracer.
And fall off the map.
And fall off the map. Yeah.
Anyways, as I take a jab at my co-host here.
So yeah, so that's basically what we're looking forward to for Overwatch. And again, you can reserve the game. Reserving the game does get you into the open.
If you pre-order the game.
If you pre-order the game, reserve pre-order. You can do it from Amazon. You can do it from GameStops, anywhere like that. If you do reserve it, you're supposed to get a code that lets you into the pre-open beta.
Which is 2 days early.
Yeah, 2 days early, which is still pretty good.
Speaking of, go to twitter.com/mtargetproduct, click on the pinned Gleam tweet, and enter. This video is going to be up probably Wednesday night, Thursday, maybe Friday, but the giveaway ends the 18th, which will be quite possibly the day this video goes live. If you haven't already, you need to follow myself, you need to follow Smite Central, and you need to follow Overwatch Core on Twitter. You need to do all 3 of those things to access more, include things like subbing to us on YouTube, which you should have done already. Mm-hmm. And you will be entered to win a copy of Overwatch, which, by the way, I can only buy the Origins Edition to gift, so you guys get a little bit extra. So, do that.
Sweet. You get those skins.
Yeah, get the skins, and again, you'll get access to it for yourself and a friend. Once you win and everything, I'll be contacting you probably the 19th or the 20th. I'm gonna have to go through and probably redraw a couple people, just the way it's going to be, because I know somebody's going to evolve. You know, you're supposed to be following all three. You know, or actually, technically, you only have to be following one of them, but I've seen plenty of people unfollow, and you know, it's just you have to be following, you know, as of the day of the drawing. So, and there's some Smite stuff in there as well. So if you're interested in Smite, you know, it's better for you as well. But anyways, we'll be if you win, you'll be hearing out from me, and I'll probably make an announcement on the next briefing as well about, you know, congratulating the winner of the Origins edition, and I'll be getting that taken care of. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you for you know, putting up with missing last week's or seeing last week's late episode of the briefing.
A couple of days late, but yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, everyone. My name is MTarget. As I said, MTarget Product on Twitter. He is Redmage at RedmageJR on Twitter. This is Overwatch Core, CORPS on YouTube and on Twitter. OverwatchCore.com, once again, CORPS, will be up soon. And we appreciate your support very much, and we look forward to seeing you all on the battlefield.